Welcome to the Super Sitters, potentially last episode, depending on if we can get all of our storylines wrapped up tonight or not. We shall see. Dun, dun, dun. With us tonight are the ever-exuberant Bella Britta, who is playing Penny.
Oh my god, Rowan, you are so nice.
Thanks. The highly intelligent and far thinker, Miss Cindy, aka Wanda.
Hello. Think fast, run fast.
The silent but hopefully not deadly, because these kids are teenagers after all, Shana playing Adrian. And the darkness, Lynette, who plays Blaire.
Spooky season.
Spooky season, indeed.
It's Blaire's holiday season.
The Blair Witch Project, we are.
Yes.
All right. Who wants to do When Last We Left Our Intrepid Adventurers?
I think Cindy wrote a great recap that she should get credit for.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't sure I was going to be here in time. So when last we saw our intrepid super sitters, Blaire and Adrian accepted an emergency call for a sitter at Lauren's house for her daughter, Louise. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
I hope I did. While munching pizza and hanging out with Louise, Louise revealed her superpower to the duo and said that her brother had the same ability. Despite some debate about whether her unique characteristic was an actual superpower or if it was due to a medical condition, the super sitters agreed to go along with Louise's own view of her life. The next day, Blaire, Wanda, and Penny returned as scheduled to watch Lex and Victor during their afternoon nap while Georgina, their foster mom, ran some errands. They encountered a few surprises that only deepened the mystery about this family and pushed Blaire into exploring parts of the house that were expressly off limits. The three definitely had their hands full with those two young boys. And we kind of left off at that point with a message to their mother that they woke up early from their nap, and now we're here.
So when
I
we
love how you left that detail in. Like, it was clearly off limits, Blaire, but you went ahead and...
So when we left, Blaire was in the basement. Penny was... You were doing something specific.
I mean, I'm between the kids with their snack.
Yes.
Trying to...
You are sitting between the children who are...
Because one of them was stealing the other snack.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're all eating our own snack,
yes.
And I'm narrating that.
And I had gone upstairs to hide some things that were not safe for the kids to have.
Yeah, Victor's lockpick set. You went to go hide that, and the batteries that were also hidden under his bed. All right.
3-year-old with the intelligence of a rocket scientist and MacGyver.
I did text the mom to let them know. I let her know that the kids were up early, but that was it. That was all I texted her. Yeah. Wanda and I have not had a chance to debrief, so I don't know about that yet.
And the coded papers that were in the binder have been photographed, put in you guys' Google Docs, Google Drive, and Adrian was having a peek at them before he goes to his afternoon sitting job, because he has a different sitting job this evening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where do we want to begin? Yes?
Can I designate somebody to roll dice for me, because I forgot to bring them with me? Who wants to be my official dice roller?
I gotta find mine.
I can, but I have traditionally bad rolls.
I can roll for you. I'm just using the digital website, so I can I can click the roll dice button for you. I think I can handle it.
I trust you to take good care of my rules, Brita.
It is all an algorithm on a website. So
That's why I didn't volunteer. I was like, I don't want to be responsible for this.
Alrighty then.
Oh, so bright.
Yes, you're
That's
very
nice.
glowing there.
It's my dice. Try to put them down low.
All right, Blue. So we are starting then with Lynette. You are in the basement.
Yes, I am.
You have verified
doing cool things.
To the right is a bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
With a shower and jumpsuits on pegs. And you have not searched the room to the left, however. It seems to be an open space to the left of the... And you had left the lights off, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that was wise. Totally wise, because I can't see anything. Blair she scoped out the bathroom. Now she's going to keep going and see what's up in that left area.
So are you going to try to go for a light switch, or what are you planning on doing in here?
I guess so. It didn't sound like anyone was down here. It looked like it was empty and clean, so I feel okay. I made it down the stairs by myself. Let's just turn on the lights.
Okay.
Nice. Oh no.
You made a choice. All right, so you're turning on the lights and poking your head around the corner. I'm assuming that you would be poking your head around the corner. All right, you see a room that does not look like anything upstairs except for the white walls, because upstairs all the walls are white as well. Here, all the walls are white. The floor is linoleumed, probably linoleum right on top of cement. There's several desks. There's a large platform that has stairs up to it that is not carpeted in any way. It's this metal cube thing that has stairs up to the top of it. Lots of computers. Go ahead and roll your notice to see what else you see.
Oh, heck yes.
Because these are the large things that are obvious.
Okay, my notice is +4, so I'm happy to roll.
Okay.
+1, so 5.
All right. You also notice the camera pointing right at you.
Dang it. Blair's just gonna wave like a little. I know what I did. I'm here. Oh, but I do. If now that I know, like, okay, I'm being seen, can I just like go to a computer and try to turn it on?
Yeah, go right
Not
ahead.
act innocent and be like,
No,
hey, I'm just looking for the deep freezer. I want to find more pizza.
Unless we can find like the storage cabinet with all the videotape, or I don't even know if it's tape or if it's just digital feed. Like, unless we can find that to destroy it, it's too late.
Okay. So you have come into the room to mess with the keyboards. They don't quite look like QWERTY keyboards. They're like triangular in shape.
Oh dear.
There's no they're not flat. There are mice, but I'm assuming it's a mouse. It looks like a little ball thing that your hand would rest on top of. And the keyboards, plural, are both so well worn that you can't really read the numbers or letters on them.
Is there any obvious button that's like on, or like a red button or something that's like turn on?
Let's see. You did a really decent notice. Sure, why not? One of them has a tower next to it, and the universal circle with a little line at the top of it symbol is on there. So.
Yeah, I'm pushing it.
Yeah, okay. It gives you a locked screen with a name you're assuming it's a name because usually a lock screen has a name and then a password section, right? But the name is the strange code that you were seeing in the books upstairs.
Okay.
And the password section is empty.
I'm gonna take a picture of this screen and text it to Adrian and say, like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, got caught on camera, but there's there's a name that looks weird. What password can I type this pass? I don't know. What password can I type in? And I'll also, actually, instead of just Adrian, I'm going to send this to the group text so everyone gets it.
All right. Well, you all get a group text from Blair saying that she's been caught on camera. How do you react?
So I actually, yeah, I guess I would check my phone because I don't know if the mom is texting me back or not. So I check my phone and I look at it and I'm like, but I can't really do anything because I'm watching the two kids who are between me, but I'm just like, internally, but
Inside,
I'm like cool in front of the kids.
She may have less hair when this is over. Gotcha. Or it might be a different
hair. Oh, and I have red hair. My red hair is turning white. I'm so stressed.
I was upstairs and I got that message and I'm like, well, gee, I'm on camera too, but I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So
You just abandoned me.
So I hurried, like, to finish putting things away and to secure the gates and get downstairs to hang out with Penny and see what's happening there and talk about if we need to do anything as far as addressing Adrian's situation. I mean, Blair's situation. Sorry.
So Adrian would never leave his best friend Blair hanging, and I don't have anything technology related unless there's something I can add for a +1, but I do have investigate and breaking and entering. So I feel like with breaking and entering and investigate, I would be able to maybe give Blair some direction on things to look for to help her figure out the password to break into this computer.
Okay, that sounds plausible. Go ahead and roll for it. Or whoever is rolling for him. Roll.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Sorry, am I rolling for Shana?
Yeah.
Well, Dan was off screen being super cute and acting out I love you. So,
that's so cute.
I know, he's adorable. Okay, so Shana, you rolled 0.
Okay. Well, I do have +2 on both of those. So.
Okay. So you can probably talk her through, like, how to, like, your best bet of combinations of things. Since you guys don't know what the code, how the code goes over to English, it'll be a little more complicated.
A little challenging, yeah. So none of our passwords work?
Well, let's see. You've entered in a couple, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. No.
Okay, so with super what was it? Spell singing?
Yes,
is that
spell
right?
singing. Yep. You are a spell singer.
Would I, in theory, be able to sing a song about me being able to understand a strange language and then be able to understand said strange language looking at the codes.
You're attempting to, on the fly, invent the spell comprehend languages from D&D. Is this what you're saying?
Sure. I don't know a lot about D&D.
She's
but
trying to
sure.
brace herself.
All right.
I'm trying to help my best friend, okay?
You're helping
Adrian's
your
good
best
with words. Maybe
Adrian is
that
very good with
translates.
All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up my skills and stunts to see.
Yeah.
Would I be able to give a suggestion because I've read about that?
That's possible, yes. If you've read anything about code breaking or look deeply at the code paperwork that you have photos of, while contemplating the fact that you have read about things like this.
Okay, so I am quickly going through all the photos in my phone and thinking about all of the things that I have read, and I don't know if lore would play into that either.
I would say you would roll your lore, and then you can use your stunt to be able to roll the lore for this.
Okay, so the fact that I've read about that is why I can use my lore.
Yeah,
for
to
rolling.
attempt to roll on this. Yeah.
Okay, so that's me. So I'm gonna roll. I got a -1.
You have fate points though, right?
You do have fate points.
Thanks, Blair. Okay, I want to use a fate point to reroll.
Okay. You may re-roll.
I rolled a 0, so that's better. And my lore is +2.
Okay. So let's see how
I'm
well.
trying, Blair. I'm trying really hard.
It's okay.
Okay.
I think Blair is gonna get fired.
Blair is risking a lot. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
So there's a moment when you're looking at it that you realize this looks familiar to something I've heard about. It's some ancient form of like Gen X communication called Leet Speak, where they use
Ancient.
both letters
That's
and
hilarious.
numbers
It fits
within the
Penny, too.
words. Like you're pretty sure your parents had like texted each other that stuff in high school, right? So you might be able to figure this out if you put in the effort.
Okay, do I personally, Brita, have to figure this out? Because
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
because
can
I
she just
haven't
pass
given
that
you
information along to me.
But
Just
you
text
have
it
the
to me.
idea of what it might be, so you can communicate that to her, and then she can try to use that. Because you can't
I'm
see the screen
responding.
she's looking at, and she can't hear what you're talking about.
Okay, I am responding to the group chat with, hey, this might be this weird thing that our parents did, that you put numbers and words. So, good luck.
Oh my gosh.
You have a smartphone, correct?
Oh, I can look it up. Also, though, like you said, the keyboard was like used. Like, can I see the buttons on there to type in?
You can, but do you know how to touch type?
Do I know how to touch type?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Does you?
Well,
Okay.
no.
Middle school. Okay, middle schoolers. I don't know if middle schoolers are taught touch typing or not. So there are the raised points, but it's triangular in shape. Like your right hand and your left hand can't like cross over or anything like that. It's like that.
Okay, I'm gonna Google, or I don't know, can I say Google? I guess we're talking about Google Drive.
Yeah.
I'm going to search for some condensed version of what Penny said to be like weird, weird, typing, replace number with letter, and that's gonna be my search term to try to figure out, is there like something that can help me translate faster of what it is she's talking about.
Congratulations, there is a Leet Speak Urban Dictionary and Wikipedia translator.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to enter. Am I just putting in the username and saying that's the password? I don't know. So I'm going to type that in and see what comes out. So at least we can know what that says.
All right, so the username typed in is, what would he call himself? George of the Jungle.
Oh, for George and Georgina. Okay.
Oh dear. Okay. Password. I'm gonna type in tree.
It's too short.
It's too short. Okay, so I'll be like reporting. I'll be like, okay, username George of the Jungle, password tree, and I'll just put an X like emoji next to it.
Okay.
So Adrian texts back and says TREE. So Jane would be too short to. Oh no.
Yeah, I'll say too short also in the text.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I text back Brendan Fraser.
I look at this like, who? And so then I'm going back and forth. I'm translating and like trying to like put it in as fast as I can.
So you're translating it into Leet, correct?
Yeah, to type it into the password.
Congratulations, you have figured out the password. After only 2 tries, I'm very proud of you guys.
My God. I just
all that hanging out with Adrian and the breaking and entering.
I know. Just break and enter. I just text back the brain explode emoji. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I see though?
These computers appear to be running on Windows 95.
Oh dear.
I mean, you've seen pictures of these in like old textbooks of like how computers used to look.
Wow.
And this appears to be some form of Windows 95. It also appears to be using an antique form of Word as well. There seem to be lots of files and documents. Everything on here is in Leet.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my phone and I'm just gonna type I'm gonna type Victor and I'm gonna type Lex so I can know both of those names and see if they match any of the file names.
Okay. There are 2 files off to the side, and Victor matches their 2 name on the files. Victor matches the first name of one of them, and Lex is the beginning of the first name of the second one, but they're both grouped over onto the side. There are 2 other file folders directly underneath them. Does that make sense?
With their names in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, there's one that starts with Lex, and then it continues, and then there's their second name. And then there are 2 other file folders, not those 2, but they're separated off from the rest of the stuff on the screen.
From the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I attempt to find Internet Explorer or whatever the browser is from that's on this computer? Would I know Internet Explorer or any other browser?
There's a possibility that you would know Internet Explorer. So yes, you can attempt to find the Internet button.
Oh gosh, no, this is bad. Okay, I was gonna try to like upload it to our drive from this computer, but that seems bad. Because then I would be logging into our Super Sitters account.
Open it and take pictures.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, mysterious voice from the sky. I'm going to open Victor. It's probably gonna load slow. I'm also gonna open the Lex file, so I'll just try to open them both at the same, like as fast as I can at the same time.
There's a lot of Word documents and a bunch of photos. Each folder has like
Okay.
3 or 4 Word documents in them, and then a subfolder with photos in it.
Okay.
I wonder if the other children are in those folders.
Yeah, I'll look through the photos first just to get like some sort of visual quick snap
Okay.
of the photos.
The photos are not good resolution,
Okay.
but the photos do appear to be of an older middle-aged gentleman, who they all seem to be from a distance, or they're like newspaper clipping type photos
Oh, okay.
of an older middle-aged gentleman who looks very angry.
I'm gonna snap these pictures. I'm just sending it to the group text at this point. Like, I'm not bothering uploading. I'm just sending them to the text of the photos, middle-aged man, clippings. Is there
Newspaper
text with it, or is it
clippings.
just pictures?
Oh, there's like little captions underneath it.
Okay. What does that say?
Do you want me to read you the little caption?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it is in English.
I feel like
so
sirens are gonna go off any second now.
Congratulations, they are at least in English. All right.
Okay.
What? I can't even read my own handwriting. We'll just call it Lex. Lex seen exiting United Nations after impressive talks.
And this picture is of a middle-aged man?
Yes.
Named Lex.
Okay.
While Blaire's doing this, Adrian is reverse image searching these on Google at home on his browser.
Get the full article. Do the other pictures, because there were 2 folders, so there was a set of 4 and another set of 4. Are they similar?
They are similar.
Okay.
The other one, the one that was labeled Victor, has a gentleman in his 60s, in military-looking regalia, in what looks to be some kind of forested environment. He looks very angry also, and one of them has a caption that lists Dictator Victor such and such.
Oh. Oh, okay. I'm snapping these and sending them
Dictator
along.
Victor's
anyway.
blah blah blah. Seen with
Penny.
army.
Sorry, Penny. Are you seeing these? Because I got back downstairs. Should we show them to the boys and ask them if they know who these people are?
We can try.
I just don't know if it's wise. They're pretty traumatized before talking about their mom.
Yeah.
Victor is watching you intently. Lex is still very much chewing now on the plastic wrapper that the cheese stick came in.
Okay.
You're my moral compass there, Penny. Help me out here. What should we do?
I think that they're little kids and we should not be asking them about what's in these newspaper photos.
Okay. All right.
But so Lex is chewing on plastic and Victor is looking at us?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna, hey boys, did you guys get enough? Do you want some more fruit or something, or? Lex, you're chewing on plastic. I can get you another snack.
Snack! And he reaches up and starts playing with the plastic, making the crunchy sounds. Crunchy, crunchy, crunch. Snack!
You like
crunchy,
the
crunchy.
sounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crunchy,
it's
crunchy, crunchy.
a fun sound. Okay, boys. Well, if you guys are done with your snacks, shall we go play?
Victor looks at you, like, squinty eyes, goes, sure! And hops down off of his chair as best as he can, considering he's, 3.
Okay. Then we just go wherever they were playing earlier when we first arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the living room or something.
Yeah.
I just go in there and I sit on the floor and kind of invite the kids to play.
and I'm going along.
Okay.
And I was going to say, hey, Lex, if you really like plastic like that, next time we come over, I'll bring you some bubble wrap. That's a lot of fun to pop.
He gets very excited when you say bubble wrap.
Okay.
Victor rolls his eyes and goes back to the gear playing game.
So we're going to just keep these boys distracted and engaged so that hopefully Blair can figure out a way out of whatever she's gotten herself into.
Did Adrian find anything from the image search?
Yeah, did I find anything from my reverse image search?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay,
Right,
what
well,
about Googling Victor and dictator?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Did the newspaper clippings have last names or just have their first names?
They did have last names. It's just that I can't remember what they are right now. And I don't want to bend in something off the top of my head. Victor Munchie and Lex Pleasant. I don't know.
Okay. Do we know the last names of the children we're babysitting?
No.
Those last names were not in their binders?
No, they were not in their binders.
It would have been in our sign-up sheet, though, because we had all the form they had to fill out.
No, because they're foster kids, so we only have the parents' last names.
That's what I meant.
The foster parent. You have the foster parents' last names.
Yeah.
Masons.
Mason, okay.
Okay, and Googling their full names, first and last name, doesn't tell us anything?
You find birth records recently for boys under those names, like birth announcements, but none of them are from cities anywhere near here.
Do the years match up with like what the age of the kids would be though?
No, they don't.
Okay.
I want to open the Word document.
Right now, I cannot.
I need more information. Give me the Word documents.
Okay, you go into the Word documents. They're all in
Leet.
Yeah, they're all in Leet.
Okay, I'll just take a picture of them because knowing that we can enter this in later. So I just want to take pictures of these documents so that we can analyze them later. I'll send them along in our chat.
Okay. Are you planning on doing anything about the camera? I have to ask it this time.
Okay, I am going to oh gosh, what can I
Wasn't your frog out in the hall?
Yeah, it's out in the hall.
Did you tell us that there was a camera down there? Did you tell Adrian that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Adrian is telling you to check the camera to see if it's wired to something or if it's wireless, and if there's like any kind of thing that it might be recording to, like an SD card or something like that.
Okay. I'm going to, I imagine, look for a way to get closer to the camera, which I imagine is up in the corner, like a table that I can push over, or a chair or something.
There are chairs and a table and stuff. Okay. Do you have an investigate?
I do. It's +2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your investigate.
I am going to use a fate point to re-roll that.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Okay.
All right.
So on that re-roll, which is not negative anymore. So I got +2, so 4 total.
Okay. You do not believe that this is attached to anything. It looks like it might be fake.
Oh. I'm going to, oh, okay.
Like it's got a little light on it.
Okay, there is a light, okay.
And it's attached to the ceiling, but there's an on-off switch on the back and that's it.
Okay. Oh, shoot, but I don't want to mess with, so I'll just say like, it looks fake, there's only an on-off switch, and I'll text that to Adrian. Because I don't want to mess with it and then them know that, oh, hey, someone messed with this, if it doesn't actually work, you know? Okay, so then I'll Oh. Blair will imagine. Well, no, will Blair mess with it? I'm trying to think. I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to go back to the computer. I don't know. Did I choose poorly?
You'll
I'm
find
watching
out.
your reaction.
I'm trying very hard to not say one way or the other.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. I think I'm going to just try to open one more folder that I don't even know what's in it. I just want to open one
of the random
additional
ones.
folder. Yeah.
Okay. This one, let's see which one you get. You get the female. This one is pictures of a woman, a very stern-looking woman. Her name is Lizzie, according to the paperwork, and she, in one picture, they're all an adult Lizzie, is flying and throwing fireballs out of her hands at something in one of the photos. The caption is not available on the photo.
Oh, this looks really cool. I'm gonna snap it and be like, "Ah, fire!" And I'll just text that along. I don't know who Lizzie is, but I think it's cool. Is there a document in that folder also?
Yes, there are documents and things for her as well.
Okay, I'll just snap as fast as I can. And I know my time is limited. This is going to be my last snooping thing that I do. So I'm going to take pictures of this. And once I finish that, I'm going to attempt to put everything back where I found it.
Like figure out where the shutdown is on the computer. Yeah. It takes you a minute to figure out how to use this strange rollerball device to get the mouse to the bar on the corner, but you do eventually figure it out.
Okay. I'm going to turn off the lights and go back up.
All right. So you get upstairs to find Victor. When you open the door to the basement, he's very much he hears the sound of that door opening. Those of you who are with him, and he gets up and attempts to run in that direction. Lex is also very fascinated by the sound of the door and turns around and attempts to figure out what's going on.
Well, I'm gonna run super quick and beat him to the door so he doesn't actually go down it.
And the other one who's trying to get up, I'm gonna take my stretchy arms and grab him and stop him.
And scoop?
Yeah.
Lex starts crying, just so you're aware.
Lex is the one I scooped, right?
Lex is the one you scooped. The other one is fighting. He very much wants past you. And yes.
But I'm quicker.
Yes, you're going to be quicker. I'm not even going to roll. There's no chance he's going to be faster than you.
Right.
But he very much wants past you to the basement door.
So he's probably getting ready to pitch a temper tantrum.
And so I'm while this is happening, and of course Lex is crying, and I'm holding Lex back. I'm trying to distract him, oh Lex, it's okay, oh, you want to make fun noises, there's all kinds of fun noises we can make. You want to bang some toys together?
Yeah, he's doing the screaming thing. So.
I think I'm going to get down at their level because I've got a 4 in rapport.
Okay.
And just start talking and listening and using some empathy there and helping them to voice what's going on and help them to calm down and reflect back to them what they're saying and help these little guys figure out, what's going on.
I have rolled. You're going to have to roll your rapport, and it's going to be countered with his. I don't think it's going to be empathy that he's countering with, because I don't have a stat, however, for his raw anger. So we're just going to go with it's a general opposed roll.
Oh, there it is. Okay, let me click to re-roll. -1. I guess I could use a fate.
What is your regular
It's
rapport?
4 for my
Okay.
empathy.
So your empathy is 4.
3.
So -1 is 3.
I'm at 3.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Which is still better than what he was rolling, so you're fine.
Okay.
I'm not going to
So trying
attempt to
to
speak
use that to help
in.
him calm down.
I'm not going to attempt to speak in 3-year-old speak because I don't want to break my voice box. But
Okay.
he is expressing to you, from what you can get between the angry grunting noises, that he wants to go home, and home is through the basement.
Okay. So I don't want to get in trouble, but it sounds like you're missing home and you don't feel at home here at all, and you miss your mom, you said, and that that really bothers you, and you want to be able to go back.
And children of his age should not be able to understand this concept, but he will explain to you that he has been here 2 weeks, and he is done, and he wants to go home now. It was fun.
I hear that.
But now it's time to go home.
So you're really done. You don't want to be doing this anymore.
No, it was interesting, but now it's over, and I want to go home now.
All done.
All
You're
done.
all done. I gotcha. I'm not sure what I can do to help you. I will do whatever's in my power to help you. But I understand that you feel done and you miss your family and your home.
So. Okay, so while Wanda is talking,
so he's calming down.
Yes.
While Wanda is calming down Luthor, I still have Lex.
Yes.
Okay.
And his name wasn't Luthor.
Victor.
It was Victor.
Dang it! I am. Dang it! Who are all these kids called?
I know. There's a Lex and a Victor.
I had Luthor in my head too. The Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor for sure.
Superheroes.
Okay, I have Lex. You have Victor.
Victor.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't actually think about using one of my skills. So I have rapport as a +4. Mm-hmm. So I want to use that to try and talk to Lex and see if I can calm him down, since he is screaming.
Yeah. I didn't mention my rapport is a +2 in addition to my empathy of +4.
So for you, I'm not going to make you roll for it because he rolled so badly. But cool. There's really no point in you rolling compared to him. After he starts crying a little too hard, he starts getting the hiccup crying, and does this thumb sucking thing, and starts saying that he wants his mommy, and he wants to go home. He, just doing the general, want my mommy. Where's my mommy?
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I know you miss your mommy. I don't know where your mommy is.
Victor notices the talking about mommy, and he will look over at that and sigh and yeah.
Hey, Victor, do you want to come over here and sit with Lex and me? We're just sharing our feelings right now.
Victor will come over to you and sit next to you, and he's giving you that look, and he leans over and child whispers. You know what child whisper is, right?
Like they make their sound, they think they're whispering, but they're still really loud?
Yeah, they're actually louder than they are regularly, but they think they're whispering. Yeah. He will child whisper to you that Lex's mommy died. And Lex is still the hiccup crying.
Oh. I'm gonna turn to Victor and say thank you, Victor, for letting me know. And then I'm just gonna kind of gently pull Lex kind of into a sitting hug next to me, and just kind of gently pat his head and let him cry.
Calming down. Okay. Yeah, these adorable little bundles of we have no idea what at this point still have had a lot of trauma in their 3 or less years of life. So bundles
I'm
of chaos.
still at the door, and the boys have gone with Penny to sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
So
they're
at this
just
point,
sitting down like where you can see them. So
Blair's coming up, and I'm there to like, hey, get up here.
Blair, you are officially upstairs and safe from the basement. What would you like to lock the door as you shut it so that they don't know you were down there, or do you want to like keep it unlocked? What are you wanting to do at this point?
Going to lock it because even though, well, see, this is Blair's reasoning. Like, she thought she was on camera, she hacked into a computer, she looked at the camera, didn't seem to be on. She's good as long as she puts everything back in the spot. No one will know,
Except the boys know, so we have to deal with that right now.
Wait, do they see me though, or did they just hear?
They
heard
the
you on the
door
stairs.
open and close.
I'm still locked.
They don't know though that it was Blair on the stairs or using the door. They just heard the door.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's true. And that's what set them off. But they'd be telling Georgina that they heard somebody on the stairs. Maybe.
I'm still
but they
gonna
don't
lock
talk to
it.
George and Georgina because they were shocked that the kids broke it all when we were all there, remember?
That's
so they don't,
We have rapport with them.
Yeah, I'm in an attempt to lock the door. Also, I just want to back up. Like, in the course of texting, I also would have sent the direct link of that website I was using to translate so that Adrian can decipher faster.
The Wikipedia page on. Yeah. Okay.
Leet speak or whatever. Yeah.
On Leet speak.
Leet code.
Yes.
So while all of this is going on, Adrian is a IT superhero and using the website, translating, looking through the documents, trying to figure out what he can find. Is he noticing anything interesting, any kind of pattern, anything that stands out from these documents?
While you're translating them, they are, once you get to the pages that are just that, they're talking about, there's records of a date and a time at the top. Those dates and times cannot correspond with current because some of them, if you flip forward, are in the future. In fact, most of them are future dates. They have bullet points at the top of location, temperament, and then there's a paragraph that seems to be about major life events that are going on. Several of them are in the past, but from the paperwork you're looking at and the dates on the paperwork, these boys should be teenagers. They should be your age.
So Adrian texting back and sharing the information that he's finding, and he's like, this is really strange. Like, are we dealing with some kind of time travelers or something?
So I see this text message, and I'm like trying to figure out if there's an age appropriate way to ask the boys about their lives.
If you roll, let's see, if you roll like an insight or something along those lines, let's see what skill you could have for that. If you roll an investigate, perhaps would do it. Some way that if you want to ask the DM a question or the storyteller a question, like if you need a hint. Otherwise, because usually it's like, my character could figure this out, but I can't, kind of thing. So if you want to do that, or you can try to figure it out on your own, how to ask age appropriate question of that.
Okay. Okay. I am going to make a reference to some sort of like Disney Channel or Nick Jr. show that I watched 10 years ago that is no longer on the air.
Okay.
Right.
So like
And
a real Nick Jr. like Goof Troop kind of Nick Jr. show, or are we talking like?
You're trying to see if they get the reference? Is that
yeah,
what you're
I'm
yeah.
trying to see if they get the reference.
Okay.
It
is the show one that a 2 or a 3-year-old would have watched?
Yes, because we're all 12 years. Let's see, 10 years ago. Yeah, so like we're all like 12 or 13. So I'm trying to think of something that I would have watched
like
when I was
Teletubbies
about
or something.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teletubbies?
I have no idea. I don't.
Okay. Well, and that's
I
the
don't
thing
know
is
either.
I don't know what show
We can
would have.
pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll imagine.
we're just pretending, and so since we're pretending, I'm gonna say, oh man, I really missed that show Under the Umbrella Tree. Like it was such a great combination of actors and puppets. Did you kids ever watch Under the Umbrella Tree?
Lex is still sucking his thumb because he's not wanting. He's like in a cocoon of not wanting to deal with it. But Victor starts humming the theme song.
Oh, so I start humming with him.
Mm-hmm. And he will continue to hum it with you.
Yeah, Victor, that was a great show. So, so that's then I'm like, okay, that's one thing that's weird. Oh, okay, so I'm a cheerleader, so I follow sports and stuff.
Yes.
So, I know the number of the Super Bowl that's going to happen next year. And so I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to use that number and be like, wow, I can't believe what happened at the 32nd Super Bowl or whatever it is that's supposed to be next year. But I'm going to say it as though it already happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really know if a 3-year-old would know anything about a Super Bowl. But if there's some sort... Anyway, that's my next test.
You get no reaction from them. Like, no? Victor's like, what's a Super Bowl? Is it like a ball? Is it a Super Bowl? Do they bounce?
Follow sports.
You know, that is a great question. It's a sports game that's on television, and one of my dreams as a cheerleader is to cheer at it one day.
He snuggles up to you. So you've got like 2 small children snuggled on you. Congratulations.
I'm so happy.
Maybe they'd actually calm down now and take that nap they missed earlier.
It does look like Lex is on his way. So that's a bonus. Victor is getting chatty for some reason. Okay. You don't know why. But he's all like snuggly up against you, and he's like, I don't do sports balls. We don't have time for sports.
Oh, you don't have time for sports? But you're just a sweet little boy. You should have time for all sorts of games and sports and toys and all the fun things like that.
My dad says I don't have time for sports.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Do you have time for what do you enjoy doing?
I like making stuff.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You're really good at making things.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you like to make?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about this.
Nope. Yeah. I'm imagining like Legos, building blocks.
And I also insert, at this point, I'm expecting Blair to be done locking and, walking up to join the group. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay. I want to be part of it.
Oh yeah, you're totally there by now.
Okay.
You could probably have had time to grab yourself a snack to join them on the Couchel region. um, it's like I make boxes, and I make keys, and I make towers, and I make little cities, and he starts listing off like completely random things that he makes. Like I make telephone, and I make, just all kinds of things.
Wow,
Really
Victor.
good tools that I saw too.
I make tools to make things. Because if
You
I can't,
you have such an active imagination, Victor. Can you make some of those things right now? We can get some of your toys out and you can show me how to make them.
he gives you the squinty face. He's like, okay. You know how when kids get kind of tired, they do that, keeping themselves wound up to keep themselves from falling asleep? It appears that Victor is attempting to do that by constantly talking.
Okay.
And Lex is now asleep.
Lex is now asleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up Lex, and on my way out, I'm gonna whisper to whoever. I probably can't whisper to both of them, but whoever I can pass and whisper without hopefully Victor overhearing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like keep asking him questions. And then I'm gonna take Lex upstairs and go put him in his room.
All right. Lex is doing this thing where he's sucking on his thumb, and then he keeps doing that to his face while he's asleep.
That is so cute.
Yeah. All right. So you're taking Lex upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Penny, don't forget to put the affirmation machine on.
Oh, yeah, of course. Good job, Wanda. I will definitely make sure that that's on.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so Victor, what do you want to make with your toys today? What are we going to make?
He does this thing where he's patting his hands, and then he takes the basket and turns it upside down.
Dumps that all out?
Dumps it. Then he pulls everything out, and he starts taking all of the pieces, like the gears that go with the gear thing, and the pegs that go with the hammer the pegs into the thing. And he's also taking the shapes that are you push the shape into the thing and then you pull it apart, right? And so he's taking all of these things and putting them together, and he's got pegs and gears on the peg hammer tool and the shape squishy thing on it. And after about 5 minutes, he has it so that you can turn the crank, and the toy that you put the shapes into, and then you can pull so that the shapes fall out. You turn the crank and the toy opens and closes.
On its own without
on its
manually
own.
opening.
Yeah, he has it
Wow.
attached to the pegs and the gears and the things, and he's doing that.
Wow, that is so cool that you could do that.
And he takes the star and puts it in the star bot, and then he turns the crank and it pulls it open and the star falls out.
Can we do that with all the shapes? Can we try it? How many times will it turn and open and close for you?
So you do it, and it gets to about 5, and then it kind of pops off, and he gets frustrated, and he has to go put it all back together again.
What should we do next, Victor?
He's contemplating your question, and now he is attempting to build a tower out of stuffed animals, it appears. He's sorting them by shape and size so that they fit fairly well together, like Tetris.
Sort of, is that something you remember, Victor? Is this something you've built before?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Mm-mm.
You're going to build this?
Oh yeah, I'm almost done.
Where does it go?
he shoves it into the corner and climbs on it and uses it to try to get into the bookshelf.
Oh.
I see. That's sort of like the special climbing things you made up in your room, too. The tools to reach things and stuff.
Too short. Everything's up high.
Yeah, that's no fun when you're short. I understand that for sure.
When I'm older, I'm going to be super tall. I want to be like 8 feet tall so I can reach all the things. You know.
Or be super strong so you can climb up and not worry about how tall you are.
Ooh, that could be cool too.
So, Victor, I can tell you're super smart. Is there anything super special that you do?
I can do math. You want to see math? Math is fun.
I would love to see math.
Paper. I need paper.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find an empty paper somewhere with the arts and crafts materials and get
There's bound to be
paper.
Like paper and crayons and color paper and yeah.
And I'm sorry, Blair, you're there too. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say since Blair is not babysitting at all this entire trip. So since Wanda has got it under control, Blair is looking into Lizzie's file to try to decipher as much as she can on what's in that document.
Okay. From what you can tell, the person Lizzie, from the dates and the documentations, Lizzie hasn't been born yet.
This is the one with the fireball flying in the
flying fireball.
So is there any like location or other information?
There is. How good is your investigate?
Investigate is +2.
All right. I rolled really bad. Like I've rolled 3 negatives bad. So, fate intervenes and you're randomly flipping through pages looking at this stuff. And you find a page that in Leet references Penny's full name.
I like audibly gasp like loud, like sorry.
Penny's full name.
Yeah, Penny's I'm staring at it like, did I read this right?
Mm-hmm. Something
Wait,
about
the person who hasn't been born yet?
The person who hasn't been born yet. It's referencing distantly in the future, the person who hasn't been born yet fighting with Penny in this paragraph.
Oh no. I am going to oh no. I'm going to group text. Oh wait, we don't have our phone sounds on, right? That's not going to wake up Lex, is it?
I've had it like on vibrate in my pocket.
I'm going to group text and just say, Penny, do you know anyone named Lizzie?
Do I?
No, you do not.
No.
Just Jessie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna text back, and I've put Lex down, and I've checked his room, and I had just like gently closed the door when I saw the text, and I text back, no, I don't. I'm coming downstairs so we can talk about it.
And this is about the time that you hear a car door open and close outside. And for you who are doing math with the tiny child, Victor is apparently doing geometry proofs for fun.
Theorem.
Yeah, like doing stuff with sine and cosine for fun. God. He's graphing it out by hand.
I cannot.
Yeah, the math professor is loving this. So I have just come downstairs, but I don't know what math is going on. I just walked in.
Okay.
It's like, Penny, you should see, he's got the hypotenuse here.
Wow.
Yeah, high school, most likely high school math. And at this time, the keys are opening the front door.
Blair's just panicking. I'm just like, be cool, be cool. Like, she's telling herself, but she's also kind of saying it out loud, like, everything's fine, be cool.
Cool.
Because she has a bombshell in her brain right now.
Yeah.
And
what do I do with my hands?
I see that Blair is kind of like freaking out, and I'm like, hey Blair, everything's fine.
Yeah,
Sounds
Blair.
like Georgina's back, and everything's fine.
Yeah, I need you to roll your notice, Blair.
Oh, notice +4 and -1, so 3.
Where's your frog?
My frog came with me when I was leaving.
So your frog is not still up on
the camera?
The camera?
No, because I had after I had locked. Then when I was walking down the hallway, the frog came back.
Okay, so you do have the frog. That's the thing that I needed to know. As the woman with two grocery bags and one hanging from her arm is coming into the room. It's like, and shutting the door behind her with her foot. Georgina's like, oh, I am so sorry that they did not stay down for their nap. I am so sorry about that. And she like sets everything down on the counter. And she's like, as soon as I got your text, I hurried and got back here as soon as I could because I am so sorry about that.
It is totally fine, Georgina. The boys have been great.
They were delightful.
Victor is really smart. And Lex and Victor are both very sweet, and they chatted a lot about some very interesting things.
Really?
So, yes. Well, I guess Lex didn't chatter that much. But Victor did.
Really?
Very chatty.
Victor. Yeah. She looks over at him, and he is now eating the paper that had all of the math on it. Like, intently eating shredding
Victor,
and eating the
evidence.
I'm going to go real quick and grab it. Victor, stop eating my homework. I need that for geometry.
Oh.
I got it covered.
So Wadded gross paper in his mouth.
And so I noticed that Victor was like, that was kind of a weird reaction. And it was like, oh yeah, just telling us about how he likes the different ways he likes to stack his toys to make towers, and that he is just curious about the world. He told some really fun, fantastical stories.
Really? Well, I'm so glad that he feels willing to be chatty with you. If you guys can remember anything specifically he said, would you be so kind? You have my email address, right? Could you be so kind as to write it out and email it to me? He's not very verbal with me or my husband yet. So if you have any like details that you can remember that he said, I would really appreciate having it written down.
Of course, we would totally be happy to send that to you. But, it was really just about his toys and how he
imagination.
He likes to build things with his toys, and then he was just kind of doing some like little nonsense kid words with his little stuffed animals,
Oh, okay. Well,
very
that's
sweet.
That's
so
really
sweet.
Good to hear. Where's Lex?
So Lex did fall back asleep, so I took him upstairs and put him in bed.
Yeah. Okay. Did you put his hands down, because he will scratch his face if he's asleep?
Yep, I totally did.
Okay, that's good. All right, Victor, you want to go down and I can see you're tired because you are trying very hard to stay awake. Would you like to go down for your nap now?
Oh, you said the word.
Yeah. Oh, she did. He gets grumbly. He's like, fine. And he does the dead weight flop. And she now has to get the dead weight child up on her shoulder, walking away. And he like makes eye contact with you, Cindy, Wanda, excuse me, as they're leaving. And he's like, he waves bye to you as he completely dead weights the rest of the time. And she.
It was great to get to hang out with you, Victor.
He waves. She's only gone for a couple of moments. Do you guys want to say anything while she's gone?
Really quick, we have to have our story straight. Apparently, something's going on, but I don't trust Georgina now. So just go with it. That Victor didn't tell us anything interesting.
As far as we know, these are just regular 2- and 3-year-olds.
Exactly.
We have lots to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, later.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't even tell you about some of the things he made in his room.
Oh, great. Okay.
So.
All right, so Georgina comes down, and in all honesty, the rest of it is pleasantries. She's thanking you guys so much for being there. She makes sure that you guys have a way home. She offers you additional snacks or bottled water and Venmos you. And she Venmos you twice what your bill's supposed to be.
Oh, yikes.
Nice
oh my gosh, Georgina, that is so nice of you. Thank you so much. We really had a wonderful time. The boys were an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Thanks,
bye.
Georgina. You too. And of course, call us if you need us to come back. We would love to sit for them anytime.
Okay.
Not even during nap time. It can be anytime.
Baire's the first out the door.
Yeah.
She's very happy that you guys are very willing to come back.
Yeah.
And
Blair suddenly has super speed today.
Yeah. She's very happy to find out that Victor didn't bite anybody during the entire time, and neither did Lex. And
Lex didn't scratch himself either.
Yep, she's happy about all of that stuff, and sends you guys on your merry way.
Was it just Georgina that we met when we got there, not George?
Right, George is at work today.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We met George before, but not this time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so is there time between when we're finishing this job and when Adrian has to start his job that, like, the four of us could get together?
Yes, there is, because this is like 3 p.m. and Adrian starts at 5.
5. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna.
I'm like
hey, you
racing
guys,
on my bike. I'm like, guys,
I
let's
thought
go. Let's go.
Yeah.
We were 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
It was
these
at
guys.
2 to 3. Well, that's what it ended up
I
being.
thought it was like
2 to
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
was
but I
supposed to
guess
be
early.
up to 2 hours, but she rushed home.
Okay. But by the time we get home, it might be almost 4 o'clock, or get to wherever we're going to go.
Yeah.
I say we go straight to Adrian's house.
You can totally do that.
Already.
Let's
Yeah.
make sure that Adrian's
All right.
there.
Okay, call Adrian.
Adrian's there.
Adrian, okay. And we get on our bikes. We'll go, woo. Like this.
I like your bike
Get a
noise,
montage.
Frida.
Yep. Thank you. This is my
This
bike
is you
ride.
on your phone, and this is you on your bike. Okay, this is good to know.
I'm a great pantomimer, y'all. Okay. Okay, so now we're at Adrian's house and we're all together, and it's time to debrief. Okay.
Yeah.
Blair.
Penny.
Why did you go in the basement?
Penny.
And
Penny.
what did you find?
Okay, I need you to sit down.
I am very worked up. I am pacing.
Okay,
And I
don't sit down then.
I reluctantly, I kind of like give like a fine and I sit down because I'm just really amped up. But I'm also really agreeable. So.
Okay. So, you know how the dates don't match, and it seems that these kids are from the future because you sang the song that we grew up with and all of that.
Well, actually, I mean, I'm very confused if they're from the future or the past because they knew the song that they shouldn't have known based on their age.
So basically, time is weird right now in terms of who they are and what's going on. Well, not only did I open Lex's file and Victor's file, I opened a random file with this really cool looking girl named Lizzie. She had like a fireball and everything, but then she was super not cool because when I read in her file, it said your name in there.
What?
My name? That you must be mistaken, Blair. That
No,
doesn't make any sense.
like she was fighting you, but in the future.
It's got to be some other Penny.
I'm sorry, what? Yes.
No, it was your full name. I know your full name. We don't know anyone else with that name.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
But it was on a file in their computer. So they like have your name in this document with these other people's names, these other kids or adults or I don't know how old, but it's all in the future.
That must have been so unsettling for you.
I was trying not to scream when she came home because I don't know what's up with that lady or her husband.
Wow.
That they have a locked basement that has also false alarm on the camera. I think it's fake, so I think we're okay.
Oh, we'll find out soon enough if it was or wasn't.
Okay, I'm like super freaked out right now. Why do they know my full name? What?
It doesn't make sense.
Wait,
No.
I'm fighting somebody?
Look, so I'll like pull up the picture that I took of it from our group text message, and I'm like, I don't understand why it's written in this way. It's so frustrating. And so then I'll point out the part that says Penny's name and show it to her.
That is my name. What?
And you don't know who this person is at all?
No, I don't know anyone named Lizzie.
So top of the page.
Oh, in the documents, it looks like Lizzie's not even born yet, you guys.
Oh, right.
Oh
my goodness. She won't be born for another week.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh! It says she's not alive yet. She's not going to be born until next week.
This is strange. And Victor's like a math genius. And do you think maybe like he invents time travel or something?
Didn't they say they had more kids coming too? What if the next kid that's coming is Lizzie?
How are they tracking them if they're not born yet?
Wait,
That's bad.
What if they're taking kids?
From the future? Or the past?
Or both?
Maybe taking them from the present, but knowing about them
and what happens in the future too.
Yeah. But they have all their memories as though, even though they look like 2- and 3-year-olds.
I mean,
oh no,
it's hard to tell with Lex, but Victor definitely seems older than 3.
Hey, Penny, do you think you've ever read anything about what this kind of situation might be?
Have I read about that? I've read about a lot of things.
You have read about a lot of things.
Have I read about that?
You can use your investigate to attempt.
I don't have investigate.
Yeah, who has a good investigate?
You can roll your lore.
Do lore. Do lore.
Okay, I have lore. That's because that's my I've read about that is lore.
Yes.
Okay, I rolled a 1, and then I have +2, so I have +3.
Okay. You have heard there are many out supers in the world. Some of them you guys are, some of you are out, some of you are not, and they are rare, maybe 1% of the population. But when you're dealing with a population of millions and millions of people in the world, that's still a lot of people, right? There is a wide variety of superpowers out in the universe. Anything that you can imagine can be a superpower. And there are documented examples of people who have been able to time travel as their superpower. Time travel superpower does seem to be limited somewhat in that the person who time travels can only time travel within their considered lifetime. So they can't go before they were born and they can't go after they die, which is very disturbing for most of those people if they attempt to go into the future and they can't. So most people who have time travel ability also cannot travel in space, just in time. So if I left here in my living room and I go 20 years back, I'll appear on this spot in my living room whether or not this house has been built, but 20 years ago. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to I'm relaying this information, and then you guys. Okay. So, like, Victor and Lex wanted to go in the basement and said that they would go home. Are Victor and Lex, like, time travelers? And, like,
Oh my god.
they
Or are the
lived
George
or
and
lived?
Georgina time travelers? And they snatched them. Can you
know.
bring somebody with you while you're time traveling?
But they have their memories. Is there maybe also like a superpower where you get younger and not older? At least with Victor, Victor seems to, developmentally, like he's not 3. He seems like he's way older than that.
I looked at these things from the pictures and what we were sent, and it looks like there is a Victor, but I couldn't find anything on him on the internet. So what if he is from the future as well? So it wouldn't be memories of the past, it'd be his memories of the future that he's having.
And that would explain why we can't find any information, because he hasn't done anything yet.
How do you know the theme song?
Oh,
that was Lex, wasn't it?
No, that was Luthor.
Victor.
Sorry. that was Victor.
I am going to name a person in this game Luthor now just to screw with you.
Okay, that was Victor, and he knew the song from
10 years ago.
From the show that came out 10 years ago that isn't on air anymore. It doesn't even
also,
stream, or it's on YouTube. It's nothing. It's never nowhere.
So
my
these
brain
computers,
hurts. I can't figure this out.
these computers were also really old, and like I could barely use it. Like everything about that basement wants me to go back and look at it again. I feel like we should take another babysitting job just so I can go into that basement.
Okay,
now that we know.
It's like 17 years ago.
Didn't it seem like Georgina was like, I wasn't trying to, I don't know. She reacted so weird when I said that Victor had talked to us. And so then I had to cover it up.
Because they have files on these kids. I think it's smart not to tell them anything.
Yeah. So I don't trust her. I'm worried about going back and going in the locked basement. Which,
well, shouldn't we help them? Shouldn't we
are
help
supposed to do about this?
Going on?
We should let them in the basement to go home.
You guys, if we even let Victor have 5 minutes to himself, he'll figure out how to get in that basement. You have no idea what I saw in his room. He had MacGyvered together from parts and springs from his bed and batteries and clocks and things. He'd made a whole set of tools so that he could break out of his room and grab things that are up out of his reach. And I had to I was afraid he was going to hurt himself with this stuff. So I took it away and hid it in a different room. But that kid, if he got out loose, he would totally maybe take us to the basement and show us what's going on down there. I don't know. It's so weird.
If George and Georgina are super or part of some organization that snatches super kids, that doesn't seem good. There are files on these computers. This is the George of the Jungle. That's George's computer for sure.
And Windows 95, you said?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of it, but that's
That's like my grandpa's computer.
It's so old.
It's super old. symbol.
So what do we do? I hate to just leave them there like that, and they're supposed to be getting more kids.
They said that they might get more
what we
kids.
do to help them, and
we need
take
to
care
help
of ourselves too.
We need to help them.
Yeah. But also, like, I mean, like, maybe George and Georgina didn't steal them. Maybe they saved them. I'm so confused. I mean, I don't trust them, but, like, maybe... I don't know.
Well, they haven't been honest with us, so
yeah, but
I mean, that's a fact.
Look, I obviously think that all of us are amazing and we're like super responsible and everything, but like we're also 12. So I'm not saying adults would confide in us. And like, yeah, like most people know that like Wanda and I are supers, but these people like just met us. They probably don't even know that we have superpowers. So like, why would they confide in us?
They know you do, Penny.
They know
have
your
name in
a file.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
oh my
super
gosh,
sus.
what if they sought out our services for a specific reason? And I think that this is not good.
Okay. Have we translated all of the documents? Also, now that we know about the whole leet thing, can we translate the other documents that were from their files?
You can translate those documents, all the ones that you have pictures of, but there are so many documents, it will take you like a week of dedicated work minimum to translate them all.
And forget schoolwork.
Yeah.
I have a question, friends. I know for Blair and Adrian, the trusted adult part is not a good question, but between Penny and I'm wondering if we are just 12. Do we have someone that we trust as an adult who like mentors us or helps us out and that we could go to see about getting some help with this puzzle?
Well, Penny's parents have been very supportive of her superness, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So most likely, they have you enrolled in some form of support thing for supers, whether that be, like you wouldn't call it an IEP, but you do something like that for people who are genius level as well as people who need extra assistance in school.
They're so called IEPs.
Yeah, huh?
For kids who are advanced, it's still called an IEP.
Okay, excellent. It's been a few years since I've been in school. They change the names of everything all the time. So you've probably got some form of IEP, you've got some kind of special assistance, you probably went to some form of training to help you get control of your powers so that you weren't just, wibbly wobbly whenever without control. So,
yeah.
And I'm assuming that there would probably also be like some form of doctor who was specializing in things like that. Because if in a world where supers exist and are out, there would be specialists who would be wanting to do everything about that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of wondering if this is beyond what a 12-year-old should be trying to solve and if we should be trying to get grown-up help. Although, we read those stories about Harry Potter, Penny, and he and his friends kept doing things without talking to Dumbledore, and they got in trouble. It was a problem. If they just talked with the grown-ups sooner, a lot of their issues would have been avoided. So that's why I wonder if we should talk to a grown-up about this.
Oh my goodness, Wanda, you are so right. So, our mentor at school, Mr. Black? Well, I definitely think that Mr. Black would totally talk to us about, like, I think we could confide in him. Yeah, so, like, we don't have to do it ourselves.
Seriously, we should talk to Mr. Black.
I have written him down now as a character.
I don't trust adults, Blair.
I know. I'm just looking at Adrian like I'm gonna keep deciphering while Wanda and Penny are responsible. I'm gonna keep like we'll converge at some point.
By the end of this section, you would have been focusing on the page with Penny's information. So by the
Yes,
end
yeah.
of this section, I can give you everything that would have been on the page that mentions Penny's name.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like that.
This is a date 24 years in the future.
Oh.
According to the bullet points, because it lists location and things like that, it's a major city about an hour's drive, hour and a half drive from here. That Lizzie was involved in a altercation with involving some senators and apparently attempting to blow up a building. And she and Penny had fought, Penny attempting to protect the senators, and that Lizzie was defeated and Penny was injured from the fight. But it doesn't say anything else about what kind of injury or anything like that, just that she was injured. And it says that Penny went to jail. Well, it mentions that Penny was taken by the authorities. Not Penny, that Lizzie was taken by the authorities.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was like, oh no. I was about to tell you, like, don't go to jail for this girl.
Yeah, no.
So I'll relay that to Penny. I'll be like, hey Penny, here's your story, and I'll just tell her what I deciphered.
Yeah.
What?
You're pretty cool in the future.
I
mean, you're cool now too. Don't worry. Don't get me wrong. You're cool now.
Thanks, Blair. You're pretty cool too. Wait, so Lizzie and I have to save a city and I get injured? Oh my god, does that mean
You're
can't
like a
cheer
hero.
anymore?
Oh. But you're a hero. You don't need to cheer. People will be cheering for you. How cool is that?
Like to cheer for
Penny,
other
you're going to
people.
save the world someday.
Oh, thank you.
That's amazing.
Now there's so much pressure. What if I can't do it?
Oh no, I shouldn't have told you. You can do it. It's already written down.
I don't know. Can we change the future by changing the circumstances?
No.
Oh my goodness. I would just like to point out that my parents watch this show that they call it's like Star something, like travel, like Star Travel or Star Troops or something. And like they always said that the time travel storylines were the worst. So like time travel is so confusing. How is it working? Do I even have a choice over my future?
Oh no.
So I'm like,
it's okay, Penny. It's okay.
We need to go talk to Mr. Black.
Well, Penny ruminates in existential dread. It is probably just a little. It's probably time for Adrian to head over to his babysitting gig.
Okay, good luck, Adrian. I mean, we already, you have to find out if this kid is also a super because we're supposed to help all the supers. And don't worry about the other stuff that we've been finding out because maybe it'll just be a kid who can keep their hand in ice water, like. Good luck, Adrian. Call us if you need us.
And Blair's going with Adrian, so.
Oh, right. I am. Yes, I am. I forgot.
Oh, I forgot that too. Okay.
Never mind. We're good.
Yep. Okay. Great. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm gonna ride my bike home and journal.
Yeah. I'm going to go home and email Mr. Black about our needing to have an appointment and talk with him.
Yes,
help.
Wanda. Thank you so much. We absolutely need to talk to him, Monday morning. Yeah.
Good luck, Blair and Adrian. Hope it goes well. Hope it's a lot less traumatic than this afternoon's was. It's your show, Rowan.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, since Adrian isn't available, yeah, the interwebs has failed us yet again. So
dang Windows 95 computers.
Yeah, no joke. Since that is that area is off the table right now, you guys can continue to run down the road with the other one. If you would like to have your meeting with Mr. Black, we could do that.
Sure. We could fast forward to having a meeting with Mr. Black.
Or do you want to continue
Mr.
discussing?
Black on a Saturday night to have a meeting?
Oh, yeah. So maybe he gets back to Wanda immediately because he's like, oh my god, these girls are in some deep shit. So, yeah, we just go ahead and have it on Saturday.
What's the message that you send to your teacher, advisor, shrink? What is his reference?
He's our gifted instructional teacher for people who are supers, and like a mentor. We could just write to him and say, Mr. Black, we ran into a circumstance this afternoon that's really challenged us, and we're feeling kind of confused, and it has something to do with our superpowers and other things that we don't really understand, and we could really use your guidance.
It's a Saturday. You are in middle school. It's like 3 p.m. Let's say that he is at the high school football game. So he invites.
That was last night.
Yeah.
No, the middle school game was on Friday, but the high school would be on Saturday.
Okay.
Because they're not going to do it on the same day as the middle schoolers.
Because
they have to share a field. So, he invites you to meet him at the game, and he's sorry that you're upset, and he hopes that he can help you out.
Okay, so so Wanda and I hop on our bikes again.
We're getting a lot of exercise today.
Oh my gosh, gotta stay fit. You know, if I'm gonna be a flyer. So we ride our bikes to the game, and
I could just run.
Yeah, that's true. Wanda could just run.
You ride your bike, I'll just run. I'll meet you there.
You can tow her. Get her there faster.
Well, I'm super fast. I don't know that I'm super strong, but yeah.
Good point. Sorry.
Don't want her to crash.
So we find Mr. Black, and I am still in such a tizzy that I can't really speak. I'm sitting down and just like, and then standing up and pacing, and then like sitting down and just like, and I keep going back and forth, and I just don't know. I can't get anything out. I'm like, Mr. Black.
We're cut.
There we are.
What?
We're splinched.
Oh, we're splinched. So yeah, I'm just like not able to get anything out. I'm just.
You're freaking out. You're having a freak out.
I'm freaking out. Yeah.
Time for Mr. Black, the guidance guy, to use his empathy.
Yes.
Oh wow, I'm still sponging weird. Something's happening.
Okay.
It's just delayed a little bit.
Yeah. That should hopefully fix it.
There we go. That was good.
There we go. Okay. I don't know, how much, Penny, do we want to tell him?
That is what you need to decide before you meet him.
Some of that stuff is really weird. I mean, I don't know how much he knows or understands about time travel, or, are we just being 12-year-olds for being really dramatic and kind of letting our imaginations get away with us?
We need to tell him everything because, like, either everything is awful and I have no control over my future and I'm just, like, following this plan that's been pre-written for me and I'm apparently not going to be a professional cheerleader. I don't even know. And everything's awful. But, like, maybe we are overreacting and, like, everything's going to be fine. But, like, this is why we have a teacher and, like, this is why, oh my God.
Okay. All right. Hug. We got it. We're going to talk to him.
Thanks, Wanda.
So, Mr. Black, we need to kind of talk to you somewhere a little privately, but still in public, obviously.
Mr. Black comes down. He is an older gentleman with a very impressive mustache. So you can't see his lips when he talks. There's just this giant fuzzy caterpillar that moves instead. And he's, ushers you guys over to the, like, how they've got the buildings where they sell the concession stand. That's what the word is looking for. So he ushers you over, so like to the side of the concession stand. The bleachers are over there. You can still see the game. The people can still see you guys, but you're standing over there having a talk. And he's like, Penny, I can see that you are really upset. I'm so sorry that something's bothering you two so much. Here, have a seat. I can get a
Should we get a
bottled
hot
water
dog?
if you need a bottled
Yeah.
water and a hot dog. Do you guys need
Or a napkin for a tissue?
Yeah, I will definitely get those. You guys just have a seat. I'll be right back with some
Thanks.
water and some tissues and
Okay.
some hot dogs. Okay?
Oh, thanks, Mr. Black. Thank
Not
you.
a problem. So he muppets off to do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, hot dogs solve everything.
Yes.
We'll feel so much
Consistently.
better now that we ate.
It's
Because we
just
didn't really eat before.
No,
We've
you
been
guys
running
have had
around.
snacks, and that's about
So
it.
I think, Penny, we'll feel a lot better and be able to cope better if we've taken care of our nutrition first.
Yes.
But
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
what's
want to
even
be so
the
upset that you
point
get
of
sick. But
reducing my plastic consumption if apparently we have no control over the future? Might as well use a stupid water bottle that's gonna destroy the oceans. It's not like anything is in control anymore.
it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
It is very
I
overwhelming.
can't even imagine.
So
And it makes me worry about what might be in those files about me or Adrian or Blair. We don't even know yet.
So he comes back around the corner with like a stack of napkins, and a paper bag that smells like hot dogs, and a couple, 3 water bottles with the lids still on them and everything. And he hands Penny the entire stack of napkins, and looks to you, Wanda, and goes, "So Wanda, will you tell me?" While she's calming down, will you please tell me what happened? I'm so sorry you guys are upset. Here's your hot dogs and here's your water.
Okay.
Can you guys
Oh,
hear
Mr.
me?
Black.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
talking to Mr. Black, the guidance counselor, right now.
Okay, cool. I show up late with snacks because I really wanted a snack and an energy drink from the vending machine out in the hall.
Wait, you and Blair are headed to the other babysitting job
to
right
your
now.
babysitting job.
Okay, that's where Blair and I are going. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
With snacks.
You got snacks for that.
Yeah.
So I'll just quickly talk to Mr. Black here and give him the rundown on
We don't
the
need you
Cliff
to.
Notes version, what happened today.
Yeah, and I don't need you to
and
reiterate it again because we've already, everyone knows what happened, so we don't need to. We can fast forward through the telling him what happened.
Right. And so we're really worried. We're not sure what to do. We want to help these kids, and but at the same time, we're concerned for ourselves.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're only 12, and this is huge, and
this is huge.
Way overwhelming.
There's no reason a 12-year-old should have to deal with this, and I'm very glad that you brought this information to me. You said their names were George and Georgina?
Yes.
Okay.
And the kids were Lex
and
Victor.
And they were foster kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Now, I have to let you
worried.
guys know that I am a mandatory reporter, so I am going to be reporting this to the authorities. But it sounds to me like there's some kind of time travel hijinks going on. And Penny, I want you to understand that every time traveling super we've ever had has always explained that the future is not set, that things can be changed. It's what choices you make that matter. Okay? So
I can still make
you
the
can
world
still
a
be
I can do whatever.
Still be a professional cheerleader, Penny.
You can still do all the things you want to do. There is whatever that stuff was written in that file, there's no guarantee that those things will happen. Okay?
So
I just worry about those kids and Lizzie and what happened to them, and if they were stolen from their parents or something, and it's just not right.
Yeah,
but
honestly.
Also, are there super authorities? Because I'm worried about the regular authorities getting involved.
Yeah, there's a Super Friends type group. I have no idea what they're called.
Special branch of
yes, there's a special branch.
Services.
There's a special branch of the military, kind of like the SWAT, but for supers, who can totally handle this situation. And as soon as we're done here, I'm going to call them. But
What if
your
it's them?
safety
What if they're the ones
and
doing this?
I don't know, but I'm going to reach out to them regardless. But you guys' safety is my number one concern, so I need to make sure that you guys are totally okay and safe before I go and contact them. All right. Are you okay if I just call them from here and you two just chill here, maybe like eat and relax and calm down, and while I'll be standing right here and call them, and I want to make sure that you guys make sure that I'm not giving them incorrect information, okay?
So we probably shouldn't go and babysit until we know what's happening.
Yeah,
We
yeah, I
shouldn't go
would
to
say
them again.
probably not babysitting for them again. Like, unless the authorities, I mean, I don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. We're gonna have, somebody will understand though, and I'm just gonna call the number I have saved on my phone for situations like this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Black. I feel
Thank you.
so much better now.
Okay, so he is going to be on the phone, and talking to the police or to the mandatory reporting line, which is the child announcement line. And he's going to be doing that for the foreseeable future. We're going to skip real quick. It's 6:52. So I want to give Adrian Adrian and Blair a chance to go to their next thing before we end this up tonight. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you are headed to the dad was Baire and the kid is Marty.
Yes.
Okay. So you arrive at a small but clean house. It's like it's one of those tiny little ones that were built around where it's old. Small, old, kind of run down, but at least clean looking house from the outside. It is not in the best financial neighborhood in this area.
Blair, are you gonna knock on the door?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll just I forgot. Knock, knock, knock. I'm like, it's standing here like Adrian. What do you? Oh yeah, that's why I'm here.
So the guy, what's his name again? Baire. Yep, Baire opens the door. He's again with the greasy hair. This guy really needs to be introduced to shampoo properly. And he's wearing a like a work polo that has his employer embroidered on it, some kind of plumbing type thing. And he's like, "Oh, good, you guys are here. I've got to get out. I've got to get to work." He's hanging out in his room. Just make sure you keep him calm, right? He just needs to just chill and relax. He's not up to much today. His name's Marty, and just make sure that we've got a lot of screen doors for. It was just cheaper and easier than buying baby gates. So, but just make sure that whenever you go through a screen door, you close it. And I'm so sorry, but I have to run.
No problem. We got it.
All right. I'll be back in 4 hours when I'm off. Thank you guys so much for helping me out with this. And he exits relatively quickly because he's probably a little late for work.
And so Adrian quietly goes into that house holding the door for Blair and shutting the screen door and everything behind him. Where did he say the room was?
Upstairs.
I don't know. We can find it. I'm just like Blair's totally like in this, right? She's like still thinking about Penny saving the world, so she's a little distracted.
So it's a nice house. All the curtains are closed, so it's kind of dark in here, even though it's 5 PM. It's really quiet, and everywhere there's a doorway, there's a screen door. So every time you enter or exit a room, there's a screen door.
Interesting. All right. So I want to try and find the room that the kid's in. Am I able to just like easily find that room, or do I have to?
It's not a
Try
big
different
house.
doors.
Okay.
It's not a big house at all.
Okay.
He is in the. There's one stairwell that goes up, and the top floor is like the converted attic loft space.
Okay.
And he's up there drawing with crayons in a crayon book. Wearing a hoodie with the hood up and it's pulled tight, and he's just drawing away. He does get a little startled when he sees you.
Oh,
Adrian, did you take your guitar over with you?
of course I did. Of course I did.
He looks to be about 5 or 6.
All right. So I kind of peek over his shoulder to see what he's drawing, and like motion for Blair to come into the room too, and shut the screen door behind her, I guess.
All right. I'll do that.
He is drawing sunny pictures with outside with lots of trees, but the trees are down really low and the sun's up really high. There's a lot of blue, a lot of big fluffy clouds, birds, like the birds with the weird legs that like are way too long.
That kids draw.
Yeah.
So, despite being shy, Adrian does find it a little bit easier to talk to kids. So, because they're not as intimidating. And he just says, "Hey, I'm Adrian. This is Blair."
What's up?
He like waves at you guys and looks at you a little weird, and then grabs some more paper and pencils and plops them down until he sees your guitar, and then he's very, very fascinated in that.
Oh, all right. So Adrian, kind of puts his guitar, sits down beside him or across from him, puts the guitar on his lap, and says, "Do you like music?"
And he just nods his head. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Do you play any music?
Mm.
No. Do you want me to play you a song?
Uh-huh.
So Adrian, I know the dad said to be quiet, so he doesn't go too ham on the guitar. He just kind of starts quietly playing a little kind of chill, kind of indie vibe song on the acoustic guitar for this kid.
Okay. This kid is very interested in it. He keeps like pulling the strings on his hoodie, like when as he's listening, so the hole keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
So Adrian,
but he's like rocking and very intently listening to you playing the music.
Awesome. So Adrian, while he's playing, is asking the kid a few questions. He's like, "Did your dad tell you we were coming? You seem surprised."
And he nods his head yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we were being super stealthy. Sorry if we scared you.
So what's with the screen doors?
And you only get like this much of his face at this point because he's like very covered.
Yeah.
Right. But he makes a frowny face from what you can tell, and then he just shakes his head no.
All right, I get that. I don't like to talk about a lot of things too, so that's. So Adrian keeps playing the music, giving Blair a chance to kind of look around the room and see if she sees, anything strange, anything out of place.
Hopefully no cameras. No, just kidding.
Use your notice, my dear.
Notice +4 and -1. 3.
So total of 3. All right. It's done up like a nursery. So like the space that you would see for a kid a couple years younger than him. There's lots of little like most of the toys also don't appear to be new. They're all pretty worn and beat up. And there's some pictures hanging on the wall, like there's a little shelf with a bunch of different pictures on them. And in one of the pictures, greasy-haired guy looks like he's washed his hair. There's a female in the picture as well, and the kid is in the picture, and the kid's like 2 or 3 years younger than he is now. He's like a littler kid. But that's the most recent. Like, there's other like pictures of him, like baby pictures, like, you know, him sucking on his foot kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff.
Blair's not going to say anything, but she's just gonna glance at Adrian as she like kind of pauses at that picture with the family.
The family photo.
Yeah, the family photo. Oh man, it's so dark in here. I kind of like it. Do you like the dark?
And he tilts his head like he's thinking about it for a minute, and then nods his head.
So Adrian stops playing his music and pulls some chips that he brought with him from the vending machine out of his pocket and is like, "You want some snacks?"
The kid is apparently totally into the concept of snacks, and is very there for that. Like opening the hoodie a little bit on purpose so that he can see it better.
So Adrian kind of puts the chips in between all of them.
All right. So he's going to be scooping snacks and stuffing them in his mouth and chewing loudly on them. There's lots of crunching. But he seems like a sweet kid.
Oh no.
Seems like a really sweet kid. And I think that's where we're going to have to leave it. Yes, he is. I think that's where we're going to have to leave it because it is 7:03 my time, and I am trying to be respectful of your time. So we are talking about continuing this in the into October. However, we will not be able to meet next week on Thursday, and we will probably be changing the time. When we have the details of all of that stuff, we will be posting it on the various socials so that you guys are aware of what's going on. Does that make sense? Did I speak in English?
Yeah. So follow all of us.
That was good English.
And all of us will have updates on the schedule going what happens with the super sitters. I am now like super like what is going on with George and Georgina?
I cannot. They have to be the main story.
I'm totally invested.
I'm ready for Rowan to take all of this like once we're done and just turn it into like a novel for kids because I am so intrigued.
Yes.
I tried to do it as a nice cohesive package, but I do love plots, and you guys gave me so many threads to work with, and I came up with 4, and there just was no way to have 4 plots completely tied up in a nice pretty bow by the end of all this. So sorry about that.
I think we kind of made things go off the rails with all of our teenage antics, basically.
So many things.
Great. The chaos.
I just can't believe we're babysitting kids who are time travelers who may or may not be kidnapped. Like,
I will neither confirm nor deny any suspicions at this time.
Look at her face. No, just kidding. Read the cues.
Unfortunately, I have a horrible poker face. Or do I?
Every time you bust up laughing and have to take your face off screen, we know better.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, so this is the part of the evening where we all do our shameless plugs. Who would like to shamelessly plug first?
Maybe I should go while I signal in case it disappears again.
Fair enough.
Hi guys, I'm Shana. Normally I promise I am on camera and not traveling, but you can find me on all the platforms. I won't be streaming this week because I'm out of town, but you can find me on YouTube if you want to see some videos of life and travel and Potter and all that jazz. And then if you want to hang out for 98% spooky games, 2% variety, I will be back on Twitch sometime next week. So
I'm trying to do a shout out for you, Shana, but since you're not in the Discord chat, it may not work. Yeah, doesn't look like it did. All right.
I did her
Sorry.
YouTube link.
Nightbot got it.
Yeah, there you
Yes. There you go. All right. Who else would like to shamelessly plug this evening?
I'll go.
I think Lynette should go.
Yeah.
Lynette's been doing all kinds of good stuff lately.
Listen, so like Hogwarts Legacy decided to do just Instagram only promotion this week. So I made a couple videos and a live stream talking about those things. And it's been really fun to see people's thoughts and deciphering and theories. We're back in the Wizards Unite days where I'm like looking at things and zooming in and being like, what does this say? It's really fun. So yeah, I know. So check the YouTube for that. Also, I mean, this is totally random. I don't really promote my merch that much, but I think I just got delivered the hashtag Daddy Merlin and the Spooky PhD merch pieces. I think my samples are in. I think I got a text that's like, delivered. So I'm going to go check that out. So I might be wearing that tomorrow on stream on Twitch at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I have no idea what I'm playing. I'm playing something. Go join me, 4 p.m. Pacific on Twitch tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's exciting.
That Wizard PhD, do we have that in there?
I put a shout out for
There it is. Got it.
And Frida, that means you.
Okay, so I've been traveling and I'm about to travel again. So my latest video is still what I was promoting last week. But if you missed it, if you want to learn all about heraldry, go to my YouTube channel because you can learn about heraldry and it is, I mean, I think it's interesting, but I'm a Ravenclaw, so like it's who I am and what I do. But also, if you would like to come to Atlanta, Shana and I, along with Mike and Britt of Friggin' Nerds Media, and then Matt, who you also might know as Animagus, we are all hosting a Harry Potter meetup in Atlanta. It's going to be the first weekend in November because the Harry Potter exhibition is coming to Atlanta. So we're really excited about that. Even if it's there's like 10 of us who are like OG YouTubers and partners who are definitely all gonna be there. And even if it's just the 10 of us, we're gonna have a great time. I'm super excited. But it would obviously be more fun if people from the community came out. So yeah, we're gonna do the Harry Potter exhibition, and then once I start like hearing from people who want to come, I can start planning other stuff for the weekend. But it's hard to plan things until I know about other people. I am doing some volunteer work that Friday, so my weekend I'm volunteering until 6 o'clock on Friday.
I am very disappointed that I'm not going to be able to go, but free. I can't fly across the country anymore.
I know you flew across the country last year, Rowan, and we had so much fun.
Yes.
Because yeah, it's the same weekend as Conjuration, which y'all is a really awesome like fantasy convention in Atlanta. So we might be doing some stuff there Friday and Sunday, and doing the exhibition on Saturday. So definitely check your calendars. You can message any of us on Discord. Like I said, it's those of us who are kind of like hosting and organizing are me, Britt and Mike of Friggin' Nerds Media, Shana, and Animagus. I think that was everybody. So I think it's 5.
Yep, got it.
Yep,
yeah, it's 5 people from 4 platforms or like 4 channels. So, yeah, come to Atlanta. Come hang out with us.
All right, Cindy, do you have anything you want to shout out?
I've been thinking about the Lumos network, and I've got to talk with the other folks. And Rita, maybe you too. We've had Secret Santa going in the wizarding community for a few years now, and I was thinking the Lumos network might be a good platform to run that from, as opposed to having separate ones on WooTubers and Expecto and stuff. But it's an idea I'm going to put out there while I've got a few WooTubers here live, and I'll talk to the channel people who are running the Lumos network, and if anybody's interested, we've had a lot of fun with Secret Santa, all getting our Harry Potter nerd on for the last few years, and sometimes a few surprises along the way from certain people who make their names be anagrams and stuff. But I think it would be fun to do it, especially this year. We're all getting hyped for Hogwarts Legacy and for Magic Awakened, and to have it sort of be unified in one place, I think would be a great idea. So I'm gonna put that idea out there into the world, and I'm willing to help organize that. We usually use Elfster, and if people are interested, they should join us in the Discords, and we'll get them connected to the right place.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes.
The Lumos network, for those y'all who don't know, is for the last, I think 2019 is probably the first time that the community started doing things together, and we had all of these different independent like fundraising things, and some were to like help people in need, and some were to help like to surprise people for fun. And so the Lumos network, someone was finally like, we should just have an organized place to do all of this. So it's evolved out of stuff that everyone's participated in as part of the Wizards Unite community, but now it's organized. So I have nominated 2 ideas for the next project, so I will see if Stacy takes my suggestions. So I did my nominations months ago. I was like, these need to be next. So we'll see if my suggestions are taken.
Okay.
And I'll do the last shout out. I finished finally. Took me too freaking long. I finished editing the episode 0, which was our character creation, and episode 1. Those are both now live up on YouTube. And my goal is by the next time we get together to have all the other episodes edited and done and on YouTube. In theory, hopefully. I also have some small videos, like less than a minute long video of Shana singing the song during the animal party and things of that nature.
Oh no!
That I plan on torturing you guys with in the not too distant future. I just have to get that all finished sorting up. But yeah. And I also am doing Rowan Reads on Fridays. And so this Friday I'm going to be reading more Lee Jordan tour guide.
A little,
That's the one I suggested, y'all.
It is the one you suggested.
St. Margaret's is one of my all-time favorite fan fiction writers. And there's a character named after me eventually. So
I do love reading fan fiction because you never know what you're going to get.
I love fan fiction, y'all. I've been reading it since I was 16.
Well, I miss listening to you read it. The last couple Fridays been busy. This Friday is no exception. But after we get settled in our new place and get a routine in, I'm hoping to go back to listening to Rowan Reads on Friday nights.
It's a good way to fall asleep.
End my week.
Unlike a Jigglypuff, I will not attack you if you fall asleep while I'm performing. So
you've accomplished your purpose, right?
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, if that's everything, I want to remind you all to love each other. And if people can hate for no reason, then we can love for no reason. We love you all. And want you to have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye.
Night.